At what point did you said for 4 years, right? So at what point did you hit rock bottom and you were like, "Man, this ain't working?"
Never hit rock bottom. And so that's like, I didn't want what I have today. And I hope your listeners and everybody in this room hears that. There was not a part of me that wanted Jesus. There was not a part of me that wanted sobriety because I didn't think that I needed it. Because of everybody that was around me was using, and we had a pretty solid system running. So there's discipleship in the Christian world, and then there's discipleship in the darkness. And I was trained how to sell crystal meth. I was trained how to use it, trained what to do, what to look like, all those things. I never wanted what I have today, but I have a mama who loves Jesus and who prayed that God would do exceedingly and abundantly what she was asking and what she could even imagine. So in 2014, moved back into Ruston, Louisiana area, got connected with a guy that was moving a pretty good amount of weight. And we ended up moving into a trailer house together out in the middle of the woods. And we just started hanging out. We started running drugs together.
That was your essentially full-time gig at that
full-time
point?
gig. I wanted to be Louisiana's #1 drug dealer. Like, that was kind of my goal in life. I know
you've always been motivated, right?
Yeah.
Well, how old are you at this point?
24.
Okay.
23, 24, something like that. I would have been 24 because it was 2014. I had my golden year. I turned 24, 2014 on July 24th.
Okay.
And so that's just all I wanted to do. And I got connected with some pretty heavy hitters and was headed in that direction. Looking back now, it was the spiritual warfare that was taking place, like God versus the enemy, right? And both of them were coming after me with everything that they have. And so it got intense in September. The guy that I'd been living with in the trailer house, and my wife always tells me that it sounds like we had a relationship when I say things like that. We did not. We just sold drugs together and lived in the same house. He went to jail for 10 years because they kicked in the door and found a bunch of stuff one night, and I wasn't home.
If you would have been home, what happens?
If I'd have been there, I'd have gone to jail.
Same thing.
Same thing. There were kids, and so just to give you a little idea of how this works, it was coming in from Dallas, and it come in from Dallas to where we were staying. The person bringing it from Dallas traveled with a woman and 2 kids. So immediately you've got narcotics in the presence of minors. They would sit out in the yard. The man would go inside and they would do the drug deal. When he went inside one night, the cops pulled into the field.
The sting.
Yeah. And so there were the 2 kids in the yard. There were guns in the house with a convicted felon. That's why I made the joke. Glad I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and so that just went down.